Hi friends, welcome back to Calm in the Chaos Homeschool. My name is Devine and today I'm going to be talking about my boys' readers for around the third grade reading level for ancient and medieval history. So I recently did a video on my third and fourth grade level readers for American history, and if you're interested in that, I will link that here. But anyways, I got a lot of really good feedback from that video, so I thought I'd go ahead and make a video about the ones that my boys read this last year with this other time period. So if you commented on that last video, thank you very much for encouraging me to share more. And I don't have as many books as in my last video, but I do have enough, I think, to make a video to share with you all. So thanks for coming today, and let's get into it. All right, so the first one I have here is Tut's Mummy, Lost and Found. So my son, who's really into history, he really loved this one. It talks about finding Tut's mummy, and he got really into mummies during that time. So that was a really good one. We really enjoyed that one. Another one along a similar vein is Pompeii Buried Alive. This is a level step 3 book. So it says grades 2 and 3, same as the last one there. So my boys enjoyed that one as well. Okay, so here now we're into my favorite author for children's historical fiction or historical biographies. If you watched my last video, you probably guessed it is another Clyde Robert Bula book. Love his books. So this is The Sword in the Tree, and so that's set in medieval times. And I think this is the first Clyde Robert Bula book I ever read, and I did enjoy it, and so made me want to read all the other ones, and I've enjoyed all of the ones that I have read. I'd say I enjoyed his historical fiction more than his fiction, but his fiction, my boys enjoyed those as well. Okay, another one, The King's Equal. I would say this is a little bit of a higher level, so late grade 3, maybe even grade 4. It looks simple. The words are pretty big, but there are some more bigger words in this one. So The King's Equal, that's a good one, it has a good moral. So another Clyde Robert Bula book, The Viking Adventure. This might be my favorite one. I really enjoyed this book about the Vikings. I don't know, I find the Vikings kind of fascinating, so I really enjoyed this book. This was like my favorite. I think this is my favorite Clyde Robert Bula book. I have talked about this in several Facebook groups. I really enjoyed this one as well. I feel like this is the first one that my kids read that was like a historical fiction that I learned so much history about. So I really enjoyed reading this book. And all of my kids have read it at this point, and my boys read it towards, I'd say, in the beginning of this year. So about third grade reading level. A little on the harder end, closer to fourth grade, this book here, but it's a great book. I learned a lot about Marco Polo and adventures in those times. Okay, so I have another one here, The Beginner's Bible. So I don't know if you have one of these. Some of these are Sonlight books, and I would recommend if you did read this, you would not want to only be reading this straight through. We probably read it in about 3 segments. The kids would read it for a while, like a few weeks, and then we'd pause and read some other books and come back, because I mean, it is the Bible. So I would say this could be anytime, probably around just third grade, generally, from the beginning to the end, third grade level reading. So we enjoyed that. Okay, and then the last few books I'm gonna show you here are Usborne. They come in a 10-pack. They're the developing reader books, and so they come with 10, and I would say 4 of them I use as our historical reading. So I'm going to share those 4 with you, and then I will see if I can find a link to all of them. I will list all of these books below, so I'll just check out the description below. I will list all the links to all these books in case you're interested in finding them. So the first one we have here is The Wooden Horse. So these books are beautiful. I love the pictures. My boys usually take 2 or 3 days, maybe 4 days sometimes, to get through them. They just have beautiful pictures. If your kids get distracted by the beautiful pictures, that might be a con, but we've really enjoyed these developing reader Usborne storybooks. They've been perfect for my boys at this level. Okay, I just threw in Aladdin here. That is, you know, it's from a time era from before. It's legend, so I put Aladdin in here. Same thing here, we have Robin Hood and the Silver Arrow. So, and Arthur and the Sword and the Stone. And then the last ones that are in this series, just so you know what you would get in the series. So they have more classical. So we have the Snow Queen, the Wind in the Willows, Alice in Wonderland, the Little Mermaid, the Phantom of the Opera, and Pinocchio. So I just have these books as options for my boys to read when we're caught up on our history sections. So I'm actually they're reading some of these this year as well. So that is what I have for ancient history and medieval history for around the 3rd grade reader. I hope that's helpful. If you're interested in seeing some more book hauls or look through some books, I have a friend named Shauna who has a great YouTube channel. She talks a lot about books, curriculum, simplifying homeschool, tricks and tips and stuff like that. And lately she's been putting up a whole bunch of videos of a bunch of books that she's buying for the summer, for the fall, for her child. So you might want to check out her channel. She is Shauna from Homegrown Homeschool. I will link her channel below so you can check her out. And if you like this video, don't forget to give me a like. And if you haven't already, if you like content like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you're notified of when new videos are up. Do comment below if you have any other ideas for around the 3rd grade reading level for these 2 times, ancient history and medieval history. I know people are really looking for readers that will go along with their history themes, and so this could be a great resource for people if you add to the comments below. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.